Hello there, YouTube. This is Wheelchair21, and on today's rolling review, we are looking at Bandai Tamashii Nations S.H.Figuarts Ultraman Geed Primitive form. And honestly, this is one way to get over pain, get over in mind, jump a Jido, because honestly, this figure art is already bitchin'. Using the old school standardized boxes of what Figuarts had with the bigger, wider boxes. It has a nice white, red, and black color scheme throughout the entire case or box or whatever you want to say, and it has your old school, or should I say regular traditional Figuarts pleather of box art. That's about what you got from the outside. Now let's go to the interior. Inside features our base figure, its 3 pairs of additional hands, the Wrecking Burst effects piece or effect part, as well as your color timer, which was packaged in backwards. Honestly, it could have been packaged the right way forward, but due to, shifting and placing of your lid, it could have just easily rotated backwards. But we'll get to the finer, minute details of the effect and the color timer shortly once we get into our base figure at hand. And now we have our figure out of the package, and one can see it is wonderful for its plethora of reds and blacks spewed throughout the actual torso, to the legs, to the arms of your figure. I really do love the Belial-like designs that you see throughout the jagged red areas and the weird, oily black, how it, just goes throughout his body, very oily, very, splattered and seeping through to try to show that he is the son of Belial, that he's supposed to be some evil, Ultra, even though he's really a good guy. He's Riku Asakura, yada, yada, yada. I really do love his weird, villainous-like eyes to actually add that whole aspect of the element of being Belial's son. I really do love a lot of just the overall design that the suit had that went into this figure. However, mine does seem to have a big quality control issue where he kinda in his abdomen takes very hard maneuvering to get him to stand straight. Like when he came out of the box, I noticed it looked like he had scoliosis, like his entire ab joint was jointed over here and his torso was over here, and he sort of looks straight in box, but it's a little bit of a pain in the ass. The joints are kind of tight and they kind of rubbery, move and shift the other pieces like the pelvis and the pectoral area into different regions. I found out one of the reasons that is because his back fin that goes from the ass to the entire back of the head, where the zippers are hidden in the suits, it causes a little bit of a play and give with the actual spinal column. So your actual figures may actually have this issue, or it might just be mine is a little too tight and high sprung, so it's going all over the place. One thing though I will state is that aside from, its various details in the paint apps for his scars and jagged lines and design, he does have intricate other areas of just not the back of his arms or his actual neck to his head design, but to the overall sculpt to hide its articulation, such as these thigh joints are pretty, I guess you would say they're protrusive. They go very high. They look like almost actual armor pieces that, in the suit it was one streamlined piece, and it looks pretty unique. His actual shoulder joints are a little different than most. It still has that sway and give, but they actually move and rotate with your arm to give you a better actual movement to get your hands to cross each other, per se. It gives you that, as well as there's a bit of a shoulder swivel in here, a bit of a bicep hidden inside the arm to give it more of a somewhat streamlined and realistic glide and glisten. You have your double jointed elbows, your double jointed knees, you have your toe and your ankle joint, and like I said, your crazy ass ab joint that doesn't want it to go straight. As you can see, just lightly touching it, it goes all about. It just doesn't want to be a normal abdomen or spinal area. And then you have your head, which actually moves really well on a ball joint at the top. You have one down here, but it's a little bit tighter in the neck here because it has to give that whole ability of the flight. And honestly, the head flies off because it's on one simple peg, which is kind of weird. I also noticed that the bit of the fin back here actually folds and compresses down into the neck, which is actually really unique and cool. I think that a lot of the engineering in this was great. However, I do think that by quality control, people may have really effed up abdomen joints where it wants to move one way or the other, or just kind of pops itself back into place. Now for our accessory, here is the optional color timer. It is the red version, which means his power is running out. As everyone knows, it plugs in very simple, whether it be on a peg or several pegs. This one uses 2 and will latch into the actual core of the chest. His wrecking burst effect is really nice. I love how it uses a dark blood like crimson red to go throughout the basic blue plastic we've seen released through, I think, Spatium Zaparion and your regular original Ultraman Figuarts thus far. I do love just a little bit of added features and details. However, I feel like moving forward, they need to start adding more visual effects, whether they be needed to require a stage to display them on or whatnot, because you can only issue like this basic effect so many times before people are like, come on, man, not all their effects look exactly the same. And that's true. Not every version of their Spatium Ray is identical to another Ultra. Some actually have ones that don't even have the basic blue core. Some have ones that are more of a longer array, so on and so forth. So hopefully in the future there are more additional features and versions and accessories for Ultraman. It's evaluation time, and for my final evaluation, S.H.Figuarts Ultraman Geed Primitive form is a well-sculpted and designed figure art. However, mine does have a lemon, which could actually be not just an issue with my figure, but an overall quality control to several others. And if people are having that issue, please leave a comment or contact me on social media about this issue. Because since I'm one of like maybe 5 or 7 people who review Ultraman figure arts, I seem to be like the only one who's gotten this lemon thus far with the weird ab joint. So if there are others out there like that, give me a heads up. I'd like to know, and I'd like to kind of try to inform others about it if so. Nevertheless, though, outside of my one apparent issue in the abdomen joint, I do like the sculpt, I do like the mold, I do like the fact that, you know, its accessory count is straight into the point. However, there are a few other attacks, or say the Geed Claw, that could have been available for this character or form. And so, you know, we could have had so many more options and play value from the overall character. Besides that, though, I do like the fact that Tsuburaya and Bandai are trying to get these characters out a lot quicker, since Orb came out during the time of the recap series, and quickly during Geed's run, and then you also had Geed come out between the finale of the show and the movie's premiere. So, you know, right there, that shows they're really trying to play a good catch-up game and be on course. So maybe by the time we get the newest Ultraman series, it will be out by the time of its series finale rather than after its series finale. Here's hoping. Nevertheless, though, while I do like this figure, I am a bit skeptical that people should go out and immediately buy it, due to the fact that mine does have an odd issue that I think other molds may share. And besides that, if you at least do like the review, please leave a like, leave a comment whether you liked it or you do have the issue like I have, and please subscribe to my channel for other, you know, figure arts reviews, so on and so forth. Nevertheless, I'm Wheelchair21. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My Instagram is Taja_Doyle, due to the fact someone already took the name Wheelchair21 there. And you can also check me out, whether it be my videos or news that I report over at HeroClub.com. I'll see you all next time with another rolling review and or Doyle's DVDs.